cop spits at a black grandmother on her birthday at a public beach. The ending will blow your mind. What if your most joyful day turned into your worst nightmare? Imagine celebrating a milestone, a century of life filled with wisdom, resilience, and love, only for it to be tainted by an act so cruel it leaves everyone around you speechless. What if you were surrounded by your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, ready to honor your legacy, but suddenly found yourself humiliated in front of them all? How would you respond if the very person meant to protect the community became the source of blatant disrespect and hatred? This is the story of Evelyn Davis, a 100-year-old grandmother who went to Sunset Cove Beach with her family to celebrate her birthday. A moment of joy that took a shocking, gut-wrenching turn. Evelyn's family had planned a surprise for her, a beach party with balloons, her favorite jazz music, and a cake that read "A Century of Grace." The air was festive, and Evelyn, seated in her wheelchair, was surrounded by her loved ones. Her braided hair shimmered in the sunlight, her presence radiating the wisdom of a life well lived. Children played in the sand, building castles, and the smell of barbecue wafted through the air. Evelyn smiled, basking in the love of her family. But this moment of serenity was about to be shattered in a way no one could have foreseen. Have you ever experienced a moment when joy turned into disbelief in the blink of an eye? As the family enjoyed their celebration, a uniformed police officer approached. His face was tense, his steps heavy, and his eyes darted around the scene as though searching for trouble. "Whose party is this?" he barked, his voice slicing through the cheerful chatter. Evelyn's eldest son, Michael, stepped forward. "It's a family celebration, officer. Is there a problem?" The officer's gaze fell on Evelyn, his expression twisted into something ugly. "You're causing a disturbance. You can't just take over public property like this." The family exchanged confused glances. The beach was far from crowded, and their gathering was peaceful. Michael tried to reason with the officer, explaining they had done nothing wrong, but the officer wasn't interested in explanations. "What would you do if someone in power accused you of wrongdoing for no reason? Would you stand your ground or let it slide?" As the tension escalated, Evelyn spoke up, her voice calm but firm. "Officer, this is my 100th birthday. We're just here to celebrate as a family." The officer's face contorted with anger. "I don't care if it's your birthday or not," he snapped. Then, in an act that shocked everyone, he spat at Evelyn. Gasps rippled through the family and nearby beachgoers. Time seemed to freeze as the crowd processed what had just happened. The spit landed on Evelyn's dress, a stark symbol of disrespect and hatred. Can you imagine the rage and heartbreak of seeing someone you love treated this way? What would you do if this happened to your mother, grandmother, or great-grandmother? Onlookers began to gather, murmuring in disbelief. "Did he really just do that?" one woman whispered. A man pulled out his phone and started recording. Michael stepped in front of his mother, his fists clenched. "How dare you disrespect my mother like that? She's a 100-year-old woman." The officer sneered. "She shouldn't be here causing trouble," he retorted, but his confidence wavered as the crowd's murmurs grew louder. "What would you do if you were a witness? Would you intervene, record the incident, or walk away?" Evelyn's granddaughter, Lisa, quickly uploaded the video to social media with the caption, "This is what racism looks like in 2024. A police officer spat on my 100-year-old grandmother at Sunset Cove Beach during her birthday celebration." Within minutes, the video began to go viral. Meanwhile, the crowd at the beach grew bolder. Several people confronted the officer, demanding an explanation for his actions. "She wasn't doing anything wrong," shouted a young man. "You're out of line." The officer, realizing he was losing control of the situation, called for backup, claiming he was being threatened. What would you do if you saw injustice unfolding before your eyes? Would you stand up for the victim or let fear hold you back? When additional officers arrived, the scene was chaotic. Evelyn's family and the crowd stood firm, refusing to let the incident go unaddressed. Michael explained what had happened, and several witnesses corroborated his account. One of the new officers, visibly uncomfortable, approached Evelyn. "Ma'am, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Please let us handle this." But Evelyn, with the poise of someone who had lived through a century of hardships, looked the officer in the eye. This isn't just about me. This is about the kind of world we're leaving for my grandchildren. Are you going to do the right thing? Do you believe people in power can be held accountable? How often does justice prevail in such situations? As the incident gained national attention, pressure mounted on the police department to act. The offending officer was placed on administrative leave pending an investigation. Days later, he was fired for conduct unbecoming of an officer. The mayor of the city issued a public apology to Evelyn and her family, stating, "This behavior does not reflect our community values or our commitment to equality and justice." Evelyn's family received invitations to speak at forums on police reform, turning their pain into a platform for change. Would this outcome feel like justice to you? Or is there more that needs to be done to prevent incidents like this from happening again? The aftermath. Evelyn, despite the traumatic experience, remained resilient. "I've seen worse in my time," she told reporters, "but I've also seen the power of people coming together to demand what's right. That's what gives me hope." The video of the incident continued to circulate, sparking conversations about systemic racism and the need for accountability in law enforcement. People from all walks of life reached out to Evelyn, thanking her for her courage and vowing to fight for a better future. What legacy do you want to leave behind? How can each of us contribute to creating a world where respect and dignity are universal? This story is a stark reminder of the power of unity and the importance of standing up against injustice. Evelyn's experience, though painful, became a catalyst for change, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the strength of a community determined to demand better. What would you have done if you were Evelyn? How would you want the story to end? Let us know in the comments below.
If you've watched this far, comment which country you're watching from and leave a 100 in the comment section because you are type of person that likes to finish what they started. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to get notified whenever we drop new videos.